Hello, everybody, and a pleasant good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Warren Peirce Field on the campus of Arlington High School for today's early season Middlesex matchup between the Arlington Spy Ponders and the Winchester Red and Black. Joining me in the booth here is Josh Katzman, my play-by-play partner from last year. Josh, good to see you again.
Alex, it is an honor and a pleasure to be back. Looking forward to another exciting years for the Ponders with the new, beautiful Arlington High School as our backdrop.
Yes, and if over to the right, you can see the new athletic field I was marveling at. It's absolutely pristine, and it looks really fantastic. And here we are with the starting lineup. And go ahead. And then I have a bunch of stuff to talk about once we've announced the lineup.
So for Arlington, got a senior deep lineup this year. Coming in, we have senior Rohan McAuliffe playing in the back. Junior, one of the two underclassmen, I believe, Quincy Cotter, who's playing in the mid. Captain Nolan Koopman, senior, playing in the back. And then playing in the mid, we have senior Nathan Dobro, alongside his partner in the mid, senior Fernando Barrientos. And up top, we have senior Keegan Maxwell, captain. And then on the wing, we have senior Sam Neal. And we have another senior, Leon Pinard. And then in the back, we have a sophomore, Lucas Koopman, helping defend the goal. And alongside with Lucas, we've got senior Alex Burke and senior Shea Paletti-Newton in the net tonight.
Yes, and Josh, one of the, as I was musing over the offseason and since the team has been selected, I had a couple of things that we can keep an eye out for this year, and which we will talk about as soon as we announce the Winchester lineup.
And so Winchester, also pretty heavy senior team here. We've got number 4, Marvin Lee. We've got number 10, Kadir Kumaran. Number 3, Casey Trumbauer. Number 9, Sean Kinyaju. Number 7, Tom Duvall. Number 5, Ben D'Antoni. Number 14, Mert Dalkilin, thank you.
That's like alkaline with a D.
Alkaline with a D. I like it. And I believe right there, those are our seniors for Winchester. And then we have right here a bunch of juniors: Cole Queenan, William Brown, Ronan O'Hara, and Brady Cedrone.
And number 14, Mert Dalkaline, is begging for a nickname, so let's think of one.
Alkaline,
something
there.
Battery related, maybe, perhaps. So yes, Josh, and let me just for the viewers, I'll announce the rest of the players on the Arlington squad. 26-player squad this year, as you mentioned, senior heavy. 17 seniors altogether, 9 starters. So I think expectations are high, and we can go through the position groups one by one. Let me just let you know who else is on this year's team. We have some new players. There's junior Kellen Kachoria, seniors Colin Rayleigh, Taj Shabra. A new addition to the team would be Henry Wu, who's actually not on this roster card, but I realized that he wasn't there. And Kavi McAuliffe, one of 4 very, very impressive sophomores who we will see today if the preseason was any indication. Senior ONG, junior Ronan Howard, senior Simon Miller, sophomore Alex Marsden, sophomore Ryan Rodriguez. Goalkeepers are both seniors. They are Max Mulvey and Aaron Kazan. So we mentioned a senior-heavy lineup with 9 returning seniors from a team that had a very good year last year, Josh.
An excellent year for sure.
And out of those 9 seniors, I believe that maybe 7 or so, out of those 17 seniors, I apologize, 9 are starting. And that includes the goalkeeper and 3 returning starters on defense. So if we look at the defensive group, I would expect for that group to be solid, and it is bolstered by the addition of Lucas Koopman, who is Nolan Koopman's younger brother. And as you will see, he certainly belongs in that echelon as well. So we're looking... they say defense is required for great teams, and hopefully we have a great team here, and we certainly, on paper anyway, we'll see what happens barring injuries, anything unforeseen. But on paper, it's a very strong unit. in the back, and they've been playing a back four throughout the preseason.
And last year, I believe they did sort of try some different combinations and seemed to settle on that back four and had a lot more sort of steady success once they sort of transitioned back to that, if I remember correctly, Alex.
Yes, and also just recalling last year, it just reflecting over the season, I didn't realize it at the time, but they were quite injury-riddled last year.
They were.
And after watching some of the replays of the games leading up to this, I saw a different back line almost every game. So hopefully, and you know, no shade, because like I said, this team was 12-3-3 last year. So we can talk about some other things, but since they're about to start, let's talk about the matchup.
Well, the matchup is a classic early season rivalry matchup today. I remember from my days, you know, we're sitting sort of in the no man's land. It looks like we might be a little Winchester heavy here, Alex, but the Arlington-Winchester rivalry is one that always, as a parent, coach, fan of high school sports, always got me excited, and, you know, really wanted Arlington to come out with some wins. The back line that you were talking about in terms of this matchup, Winchester's coming in with 3 massive, massive wins. A 5-0 win against Chelmsford, 9-0 versus Arlington Catholic, and then a 7-0 just the other day versus Wilmington. So early season, Winchester with some definite firepower on offense. So that back line you were talking about for Arlington, definitely going to get a good test today.
And Josh, I have on my notes the same exact thing. The aggregate score of those 3 games, 21-0 for the Winchester Red and Black, and that seems like a fairly impressive figure. No matter how you slice it, but I do have to say that the competition that they played might not be exactly what they're going to be facing today, which I think a key to today's game is going to be the first 5 minutes, because these guys, these Winchester Red and Black players, are used to going out and having their way with the opponent.
Well,
and I don't think that's going to happen today, based upon what I've seen in the preseason.
And I had a chance right before the match to talk to senior captain Keegan Maxwell, who told me, you know, that the guys are all excited for this. You know, this for them, he feels like is a statement game this early in the season. It's their home opener, a night game against who is potentially and arguably their biggest rival. And here we go. Ball is started. Boys, varsity soccer has started for the 2025 season here at Peirce Field.
And speaking of statement games, they did avenge one of their 3 losses on Tuesday with a very thorough and comprehensive victory, although the score was only 2-1. I was there, and it could have been much, much different. And
Leon Pinard, whose older brother came in his senior year 2 seasons ago to play keeper. Leon Pinard hustling back on D to break up a potential threat from Winchester there. And now sort of both teams feeling each other out. Also had a chance, shout out to the managers of these teams. It's a lot of fun often for guys who aren't on the team to help out Coach Yazio, who is in his 26th year at the helm of the boys varsity soccer. But Will Grable, I had a chance to talk to him. He said he's never seen a group of players as close-knit as this. And if he were a betting man, which he can't because he's not 18 yet, I believe, or 21, he said his money is on Arlington tonight.
I think that's a smart bet. Again, based upon what I've seen, all of this can change in a heartbeat. And of course, we're gonna be talking about last year's team, and we can resist the temptation to do it too much. But that was a very successful year. Although a lot of the victories were last-minute type of kind of hang-on-to-your-hat victories, this team, I believe, is constructed a little differently. In the first game, the substitution patterns weren't the same as they were last year. If you remember last year, sometimes whole units would come on and off, and there was always people subbing. There wasn't a lot of subbing going on in the first game on Tuesday.
And there's Burke crossing over to Neal, who brings it up top, takes a shot, early threat right there. So Arlington with the first sort of opportunity towards the goal with a decent strike. Neal put it over the crossbar. Given watching Sam Neal these past few years as well, you know he is looking to put a ball in the back of the net very quickly against this. I think all these guys tonight, especially the guys up front, this is one of those memories. You put a goal in against Winchester, home opener, senior year, and that's a memory you're going to be telling your kids about one day.
And that brings me to my second point, which is the offensive unit, which returns 2 senior starters, and they had plenty of scoring from Sam Neal last year.
Winchester, little heavy on that ball, so we got our first goal kick at Peirce Field for the boys varsity soccer team this season.
And they should have some depth coming off the bench with junior Alex Marcassini and Ryan Rodriguez, a sophomore who I think who reached legendary status on the freshman team last year due to the ease with which he scored goals. He came off the bench quite a bit too, so we'll be excited to see him. But the forward group appears to be similar to the defense. It's entrenched, it's experienced. And when we get a break in the action, we'll talk about the third unit.
Well, and also, you know, I think one of the 2 underclassmen playing, Quincy Cotter, we got to see Quincy a lot last year, who definitely had, I think he might have scored a couple goals, but every time Quincy subbed in last season, had an immediate impact. Very fast player. I believe you had gotten to work with him earlier in his soccer career, and really impressive. So, you know, Quincy coming in as a junior, obviously a leader on the team for the younger guys as well. So Quincy, I imagine, is going to be playing with a lot of confidence here.
And it showed on Tuesday, Josh. He actually scored the first goal for the Spy Ponders in the victory over Wakefield, and Sam Neal scored the second on a free kick. But yeah, that was, which brings me to our third topic, which is the midfield, which I had questions about.
And Keegan Maxwell, error! Keegan chases it down, puts the ball in the net off a miscue from Winchester, played back to the keeper, and under 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes, 14 seconds into the game, Arlington capitalizes. Great heads-up play by the senior captain, and Arlington early lead. Let's go Pandas.
Do we have a replay? So one of the things for a theme for this year is we have beefed up a staff here at ACMi Sports, and here we have it. We'll see a little bit of a miscommunication.
And you can see right there the miscue from the keeper, and Keegan Maxwell just using his speed, challenges, gets the ball, open net, puts it in.
Could that have been a sun issue, Josh? You know, I love talking about meteorological stuff.
It could be, because the Winchester keeper is definitely, the sun is in his eyes.
And he took his eye off it, yeah.
Took his eye, and just, it was that little touch. And again, as you were saying too, an excellent shout out here to the ACMi crew. We've got a new youth coordinator from ACMi, Yasmina, who I just had a chance to meet tonight. She is doing a great job. First game of the season, we've got instant replay going, as you got to see that goal again, the hustle. We've got sophomore Cooper doing our sound here, and then we've got sophomore Nate working, I believe, looks like he's got 7, 8, 9, 10 screens over there, managing all the shots, all the angles for you tonight. And here comes Maxwell again, hustling down the line, looking for a cross, gets it in and earns a looks like a throw, and not quite the corner yet. Good defensive, smart play by one of the senior captains. I believe that's Marvin Lee for Winchester.
And we would always be remiss, Josh, to not bring up producer Raj, who is resplendent as always in a beautiful Hawaiian shirt, which I can only call Hawaiian Sunrise.
Hawaiian Sunrise. And an excellent throw by Koopman. And I can't agree more. Raj is he's sort of the heart and soul of this whole operation. Keeps us all motivated, gets us all here on time. Make sure all the equipment's running. Shay's got to play here. Prevents the Winchester wing from getting it. So Winchester not going away quietly after a quick Arlington goal. Looking to battle back. Koopman plays it back to Shay, who plays it up. And there's an error right there. Can Winchester capitalize? And no, they touch, and another goal kick right there. Some Dalkaline right here. Alkaline Dalkaline,
yeah,
causing some trouble for Arlington.
It's a beautiful day today. You know, again, I'll always harp on the sun because right now it is the visitors' end. At a certain times of day in this field, it can be very difficult. As you can see, the shadows So right now Arlington has a distinct advantage, and being up 1-0 in the early going is a good thing.
Solid play by Burke. Winchester with their first corner right here. And on this side, the keeper, Newton Shea, will be looking into the sun, although it looks like he's kind of got some good shade right there, so it might not be too much of an issue unless that ball gets up high.
Yep.
And we got some replay right there off Burke blocking that ball as it set up the corner right here.
Low driving corner. I love those.
And here's a break. Looks like it's Winchester ball. So Winchester keeping the pressure on. Throw and taken by number 5 here, Ben D'Antoni.
And Josh, I have to say that, you know, I had just through my own travels, spent a lot of time driving around Winchester this summer, and I have to tell you, I drove by the high school quite a bit. You know, I have in-laws and so forth around there, and I saw kids practicing at all times. So I'm pretty sure they've been busy. They're ready for this moment.
And just as Captain Keegan was saying pre-game, you know, you can rest assured Winchester is up for this game. And right here, sophomore Lucas Koopman turnover, and then it's blocked right there. Looks like his brother came and cleaned it up, or it looks like Shea got his foot on that. So good heads-up play from Shea. Maybe a little nerves from the sophomore, getting his feet under him under one of these big rivalry games. So Winchester, another corner coming up.
Mark it down, 32 minutes. That was a sitter for Winchester.
Short corner right there. Good, solid play by Burke. Looks like a
corner.
Oh, they're giving a corner. You know, it looked almost like it went to the right of the flag. But they give him the corner.
Yep.
They give him the corner.
Got a lefty lining up for the in-swinger.
No short corner on this one.
So the
low ball right there. Out. Burke clears a good, smart play by Burke to lead Neal. Neal making the run.
Arlington charging with numbers.
And Neal makes a little
if he can get rid of that ball, they've got some room.
Makes the move inside, passes it off across, and almost gets over to Pinard. And now Winchester on the counter. Rohan using his speed, getting back. Look at that hustle from Rohan.
He's a fun player to watch, Josh.
If I remember, Rohan again also has exceptional speed on the backside there.
He's tough as nails.
Plays it back, Koopman back to Burke. The elder Koopman back to Burke. Burke passes it up, keeps it on the ground to Pinard. Pinard turns back into the middle. Nice little drop off to Cotter there. Cotter back to the younger Koopman. Over to Pinard, but turnover to Winchester. Cotter collects, and now here's Fernando. Whenever Fernando gets that ball on his foot, it's always exciting, and you can see he earns the foul right there. And so 25 yards out, 30
Look
yards
for Sam
out.
Neal.
So looks like we might have a replay coming up of right here. You can see Fernando gets that ball and quickly takes that first step, and then right there draws a clear foul right there. And looks like Alex Burke or Quincy Cotter or Nolan Koopman.
So Sam, maybe it's deemed a little too far for Sam. He scored on about a 20, maybe a 25-yarder in the first game.
And if you take a look, Alex, at the Winchester keep, the sun clearly in his eye. So he is going to have a tough time if they can get this ball over the wall. And Quincy Cotter takes it, strikes, and excellent ball. And just like that,
sun.
Your meteorology right there.
That's the sun right there. You can't.
Excellent strike by Cotter.
Couldn't have done anything about it. Here we go. Let's watch the win. Good for Quincy. I mean, that's what you got to do. You have to be situationally aware in situations like this. Here's the replay. You can see him lining up with the right foot.
Excellent ball right over and the goalie just couldn't see it. He lost it in the sun right there.
Alligator arms. The arms got real short there. I think he just, it went right into the sun and nothing he could do. And here we are. Arlington's up 2-0. Let's see how Winchester responds after, like I said, having their way. All preseason with these other teams, I figured this might happen, Josh, that they'd meet a team of caliber and maybe be shell shocked. But I would be absolutely surprised if they don't make a strong showing for the rest of this game.
And
they're too good.
Just 10 minutes into this game, Alex, we with 29 to go in the half, Winchester, we've got a lot of soccer to play.
A lot.
And Winchester, if I remember correctly, last year here at home, Winchester was down, and then we end up with a 1-1 tie with Winchester sort of final play of the game. Making it happen. So
reminiscent of the girls' game, that just an exciting game that ended in a 1-1 tie with Winchester scoring off of a corner kick. The Winchester ladies with about 1 minute to play. So the red and black faithful went home happy for that one. Let's see if we can send them home not so happy for this one.
And going even deeper into the vault, Alex, I can actually remember the last 2-3 seasons, Winchester coming back. To either tie or win a game in the final 5 minutes of several games the last few years. So yes, if I'm Coach Yazio, if I'm the guys, I think Yazio, I'm sure, is telling him, stay focused, play our game. Arlington definitely does seem to be keeping some solid pressure. Winchester not without some possible breaks right now, but Arlington so far seems to be doing a good job managing the ball. Couple of turnovers in the back, but right now they're managing the ball. I'd say they've probably had a higher percentage of possession as well.
And before we get into that, Josh, I want to mention one more thing I'm watching for this season, and this was a great friend of the team last year, which was the set piece. And we've already won one game this year on a free kick, and we just scored on a free kick.
Yep.
And we being Arlington Spy Ponders, and the Spy Ponders just repelled a number of their corner kicks. So, and in the case of last year, I mean, there was a game they beat Watertown 1-0 on the strength of a direct corner kick goal.
Yep.
And they had some players in particular. I think Jacob was a wizard at set pieces and didn't miss a penalty all year, and it was a very distinct advantage for the Spy Ponders last year, and so far it's still holding to their favor, but that can always be a wild card in these games.
And shout out to Jacob Naylor, who's now settling into life at San Diego State. So Jacob, if you're watching 3 hours early, and we know you are, you're in your class, and we know you've got your phone out watching ACMi, shout out to Jacob Naylor. Go, I think it's the Aztecs or something?
That's San Jose State.
San Jose. So go.
No, that's the Spartans.
Go San Diego.
State.
Go San Diego, Jacob, and best of luck to you out there.
San Diego-like weather here today in Arlington.
It is definitely. And here's Winchester with a threat. And Alex Burke's excellent touch on the ball on the cross from Winchester. But Winchester gathers it back. And looks like we have an offside.
Yeah, the seniors from last year will certainly be missed. Although I believe that there's a lot of excitement around this team. Hopefully they can match the great success of last year's season and maybe even take it up to another level. That remains to be seen. So far, so good, Josh. All preseason long, the games that they don't count the same way that these games count, but I was impressed with what I saw, not just from these players and Sam Neal with the breakup.
Excellent hustle from Sam Neal.
But also when they put in some of these other players, there was not much of a drop off, but definitely something noticeable. Some of the younger players, they don't have what these experienced senior players have, the
Good
attitude.
Step by Burke. And Burke moving into the center of the back line this year after playing on the wing right there. And Fernando drawing another foul right there. And looks like we're going to get another replay shove in the back. And Quincy Cotter setting up. Is he eyeing the goal right here? Looks like
I would say if there was a breeze at his back, that would be a good call. A little far. He's about 50 yards out.
And the wind is actually pushing against Arlington at the moment. So he's looking for Sam Neal, who's making a run, and just a little bit heavy. Sam Neal trying to draw the penalty in the box, doesn't get it. The ball continues on, and we've got a goal kick for Winchester.
These three midfield players, I believe Quincy was a starter last year, and the other two were primary substitutes last year. But these three players are fun to watch, Josh. Nathan Dobro back there is a good, strong defensive presence, and I really like how he can spray the ball and also control it in tight quarters with his head up, such as this.
Just like he did right there. Round 2 Winchester defenders with a lot of pressure from the back.
And also, Fernando, you can see today he drew the foul on which eventually led to a goal, but I think he's drawn 2 or 3 other fouls. So
yep,
he's hard to deal with. And of course, Quincy, we know his
Alex Burke making a run out. Winchester keeping the pressure on, but we got to throw for Arlington to get it on their end.
Quincy's skills are on tape, so we know about him. So it's if you can't tell, Josh, there's a lot of optimism here.
I think based on that throw from Lucas Koopman, I think the Koopman boys spend a lot of time practicing their throw-ins at home as they've been growing up. Both of them seems to be able to launch it about 30 yards or so at a minimum. And that didn't even look like Lucas was trying on that one.
Yeah, he's a big, strong young man. Really, really skillful player, very fast. As you can see, his physical attributes are strong. And I was happy also in some of the preseason games of the coach employing one of my favorite tactics was treat the throw-in like a corner kick.
Absolutely, and we had a sense of that early on. I think Nolan took the deep corner a little earlier in this game, and again, it was set up a little bit like a corner. Sam Neal preventing the long ball from Winchester, but Winchester gets a throw at half.
And they can keep, what they can do is they can keep at least Rohan back and maybe even Alex Burke, but Rohan can track anybody down and bother them for a long enough time for the other defenders to recover.
Well, and it seems like there's some general good sort of just holding the position. Everyone across the board seems to be winning a lot of the one-on-one challenges. So lots of, I think, Arlington stepping in. We're almost 20 minutes in. We're just about 18 minutes into this game. And so Arlington, lots of energy at the start, which is, I think, again, one of the things we saw a little bit last year, kind of the slower starts potentially. So really nice to see this, especially as Keegan was saying before the game, for such a heated rivalry in sports. For my money, the Arlington-Winchester rivalry is one of the greatest in high school sports around here.
And we're certainly,
Leon tries to sneak it in, but great play from Winchester defender there from number 3, the captain, Casey Trumbauer.
We're certainly blessed here to not only have, Winchester to root against, but also our other bordering towns, Lexington and Belmont, who it's always a special day when we're able to triumph against any one of those teams. So last year, Josh, one of my notes was last year the Winchester team was one of the teams to beat Arlington, which they did 2-0 on their home turf. And then we talked about the aforementioned 1-1 tie. And I'll always continue to bring up the JV results from last year. I don't know if they're indicative of future success, but last year's JV team was very successful, and they handled the Winchester
turn by
JV
Pinard right there to get it to Maxwell.
Occasions.
And it is an interesting statement, right? As the Arlington JV has always been incredibly strong, done very well, even when the varsity has potentially struggled, like a couple seasons ago. And you do sort of see the results as we get some of those younger players into the varsity lineup.
You don't really see it this year, Josh, because there are so many seniors.
Because there are, as you said, 17 seniors, is that?
Yeah, 17 seniors. And there are, I believe, 5 juniors and 3 on JV. So I won't keep harping on this, but there's only 8 juniors in the entire program, out of however many players that is, 50 players. So it's a small percentage. So next year, we'll talk about next year. We'll enjoy this right now. But it's good to see Quincy stepping up, and let's see some of these sophomores and juniors.
Turnover by Fernando, but then Dobro flicks it back to Cotter. Great movement from Arlington, and here's Koopman the younger moving it up the sideline. Little turn, looks for an open space, and Cotter just beat into that ball. Little ahead from Koopman. Battle right here in the middle. Good pressure by Keegan Maxwell, physical play. And that ball goes over Koopman, and there's a race right here. Looks like we got one of the captains, Koopman, letting that ball shield, and excellent pressure from one of the senior captains. It looks like number 11, Cole Queenan, a junior captain actually for for Winchester. So excellent play from the junior captain there to earn the deep throw for Winch. And then set up, but now ball's on Fernando's foot. He's getting by one guy. Now it's off to the races. He's got a couple guys on him. Leads to Maxwell. Maxwell makes the defender Marvin Lee turn again. Maxwell's got a shot. Takes it. Great save by the keep. Maxwell picks up the rebound. Into the middle for Fernando. Right to the keep. That one, no sun issue with that. Goalie just had to put his hands up. We might be having a replay of that excellent series right there. Well played by Arlington. Nice to see the Winchester keep settling down a little bit because that was an excellent opportunity for Arlington.
Great build-up out of the back. Some great teamwork and great hustle. A lot of that in Tuesday's game as well. And also in Tuesday's game, Josh, there was a lot of what we just saw, which was the player shooting directly at the goalie. So we'll see, like, the hit-miss ratio. If they can get it to be more hits than misses, that we could be in for business here. But great opportunity. Got plenty of wood on it. Just happened to be right at the goalie.
And you know Fernando wants to get that one back right there. And we would be remiss as well as Fernando sort of loses the ball right there, but gets it back and again gets it back. Not to mention Fernando's family, the proprietors of La Victoria in Arlington and surrounding towns as well. Just a staple of the Arlington community. And here's Nate Dobro taking a rip. Gets around a couple guys, takes a rip from 20 yards out. Excellent play by Dobro, set up by Fernando. But again, Arlington mounting some pressure here about halfway through the first half.
All right, Josh, keep your eye on this young man in the yellow cleats, number 26, Ryan Rodriguez. He's a sophomore, dynamic player. Kind of, in my estimation, maybe a little raw, but you can't. There's no doubting what he can do. My son's been on teams with him. He's exciting to watch.
And nice to see the young Howard in the Arlington on the Arlington team this year, Alex. It must be a proud moment for you as a dad.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We're all very happy about how things worked out, and he's glad to be on such a strong team. I think he understands maybe that when his time comes, he needs to really take advantage of it. But that's true for every player. We'll see. Thank you, Josh. Thanks for that. Definitely appreciate it.
And it is going to be exciting. This is my first look at Ryan Rodriguez, the sophomore. So nice to see a big moment for a sophomore to come in because, it's not just in high school. These guys have all been playing. There's a little rebound right there. Nolan Koopman takes a rip at it. But this rivalry, I think what makes it so special is all of these guys have been playing against Winchester and Lexington and Belmont since they first started touching a soccer ball.
And in particular with Winchester, they've been playing with these players because, of course, if you folks don't know, but Winchester has a very, a relatively successful club team.
And here's a run. Here's the senior captain, Queenan. But nice patience by Koopman, the elder. But the captain from Winchester gets it out. Broken up. Cotter off to Sam Neal. Broken up. Good step by the Winchester defender. And looks like we've got a free kick for Winchester. Dangerous position here, about 35, 33 yards out.
So all you have to do, Josh, is hang around a practice, an Arlington practice, or maybe even an Arlington Soccer Club game, and take a look at how many of those telltale Smurf blue SFC backpacks that you see. And you will see quite a few of them. And I know, like, my son is in the SFC program along with a couple of the other varsity players.
Good ball low. Koopman gets it up.
Check the lineup, and there's about maybe 7 or 8 that are on his club team.
We definitely used to have an SFC backpack in my house, Alex.
Yep, that singular color of blue. There's only one. It's SFC blue, I believe it's called.
So good to see the rivalry persists, and I think the boys really do. It's a special moment when you get to play against rivals, but also guys that you play with. It makes it even more special. So Winchester now turning the wheels a little bit, getting a free kick again, 30 yards out. So see what looks like the junior captain might be taking this one, trying to set something up.
Good call by the ref there, played the advantage, and then as soon as Arlington gained the possession, he called the foul.
And so, Alex, also as we wait for some subs to come in, Also, I believe this is the first year on the Arlington sidelines that we do not have David, a multi-year.
He's down there.
He is down there. Oh,
yeah.
It's great to see David on the ball, ball handling. It would not be an Arlington game without him.
I don't know the man, but I have a feeling he's been looking forward to this day as much as all of us, if not more.
And the junior captain, Quincy, takes it. Dangerous, interesting ball. Had a little sort of knuckle on that one right there, but it goes wide right of the net. Shea smartly lets it go. Looks like we got a replay coming up. You can sort of see this knuckle off it right there. Kind of takes a hard dip.
And speaking of sophomores, on comes Kellen Kachoria, number 1 here. And also, speaking of juniors. And speaking of juniors in SFC, Alex Marcassini there with the target man with the yellow shoes is in as well.
All right, so
we've got some juniors on the field at this point. Juniors, those are 2 sophomores around the ball right there.
And right there, looks like a shirt pull. Going to get a free kick. Yeah, ref saw the shirt pull. So Lucas Koopman's shirt was being pulled, and the ref saw it. And Arlington sets up free kick. And it is good to see Yazio having the confidence in the younger players, again in such a big situation. A strike from Winchester here. Going into half 2-0 is a lot different than going into half 2-1.
And 2-1 is always, one poor officiating call.
Another ref playing advantage right there. Gets it off to Cotter.
It's 2-1 is always seconds away.
Dangerous play right here. And Nolan Koopman hustles back using his physical body. Gets pushed. Free kick right here for Arlington coming out. So good battle between Koopman and it looks like number 9 on Winchester. Number 9, Sean Kinyaju. So
we've got Ryan, Alex, and Sam Neal. Sam didn't leave the field on Tuesday, but I have a feeling they're gonna need some depth because if there are about 5 or 6 players who just didn't leave the field, and that formula hopefully that can last for as long as these kids hold up, but. They are going to need some depth in the future if that continues to be the pattern.
And that could also be a strategy from the 9th grade boys coach, Mr. Cummings, who's been coaching the 9th grade team because he might actually want Sam Neal to get some conditioning for the wrestling season, which Coach Cummings is passionate about. The wrestling coach as well, Sam, a standout wrestler for Arlington. So that might be Coach Cummings telling Yazio, hey,
keep this guy in shape.
Keep this guy in shape for me.
You can tell he's a wrestler too by the way, just kind of the way, and some of the JV players were wrestlers last year too. When they get into close quarters, they just kind of know where to take the angle and the leverage. So they're good. They're good at pressing and they're good at like the physical close quarter kind of play.
Good pressure from Alessandro here. Winchester always solid on the short ball, lots of touches on the ball. One of the hallmarks of Winchester soccer is they know how to play small ball really, really well. Koopman plays it back to Shea. Shea looking up. And again, Kinyaju putting some pressure on. So let's keep an eye on number 9 right here for Winchester. He's sort of been making a few plays happen, and he gets the ball right in the middle of the field, but Alex Burke, solid, doesn't jump in, blocks it up, and here's Rohan making a run. He's got the ball on the wing, but looks smartly to Dobro right onto his foot as he made the move. Dobro gets around 1, 2, and lost it on the 3rd.
He's good at that move where he kind of pretends to turn around like he's going to pass it back, and then whoop, flips it right in the positive direction.
Again, Alex Burke having a solid day, being real patient on defense. And Alessandro with almost flicked it off his heel to himself around the defender. Yep. Rohan steps in.
Those were teammates, SFC teammates going head-to-head there. Number 4, Marvin Lee and Alex Marcassini there.
Winchester, Arlington with the numbers back. Winchester has 3 up. And take a look at the far side of the open on the far side of the net there. Didn't get to him, but number 9 right there.
Look at this room, Josh. Oh,
little miscommunication. Winchester throw, and we've got 10 minutes left. Alex, one of the things that I always find fascinating about high school soccer is, and it's one of the things as the season starts, I'm going to have to remind myself about for the first couple games, 2 minutes in the first half. The clock stops ticking. And you came prepared with an actual stopwatch today. And, oh, look at Raj. Raj, the producer, telling us we've got the clock that will not stop for us on the screen. So look at that. We just now we don't have to worry about setting our timers or anything. We'll know how much time is actually gone, and when we can start getting really nervous or not.
Boy, the technology just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it, Josh?
Again, really impressive ACMi. Again, first game. It's usually been the past. We've only had one night a year, maybe two, where we've had instant replay. But the crew from ACMi really making some off-season improvements. And we'd like to thank our sponsors for feeding the cast and crew tonight as well. Located in Arlington Heights and celebrating 1 year. Happy birthday to Fiesta Bites. Thank you. We love the Sicilian-style pizza. It is fantastic. Look at this. Sponsors for the cast and crew. We'll talk to the ACMi crew, get the
reviews.
Glowing reviews during half. But great to see the community coming together. This really is, for me, one of the greatest things to do as part of the community is be involved with high school sports, and seeing the crew that gets involved behind the scenes as well is really fun to see everyone from the town coming together for stuff like this. And
Fernando Barrientos is back in for Quincy, so they are rotating. And it falls to him with a left foot.
And Fernando with a almost pseudo kind of bicycle kick style off of a Koopman throw-in. Koopman the elder took it from the left side of the field, the far side of the field, as the Koopman the younger went into the melee in the box.
And grabbing some. Looks good. Give us the review.
We get a very positive head nod and a enthusiastic thumbs up. The other thumb would have gone up, but it was holding the slice of pepperoni pizza.
Honestly, though, Josh, I'm not sure how much I'll believe the reviews because, like, is there anything negative to say about free pizza?
It is a. I've had a couple pizzas that you might say some negative things about. But for the most part, I agree. Pizza is a pretty solid food right there. And look at that, Fernando hustling in the middle, plays it a little wheelie, and here we go out to the side. And I believe this is Ryan Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Won't get the foul, but gets a throw in, and we've got Lucas Koopman coming up. Replay
Ryan
here.
Will always try to take a run at the guy.
You can see right there, tries to draw it. Good call by the ref. And Sam Neal fighting, gets it on the line, and almost.
Kellen not quite there.
Ref.
Is he calling a penalty?
I think he might be calling a goal kick right there.
Okay.
I think Sam couldn't quite hold it in. Dangerous play. Excellent replay. Look at this, right on the spot, and just out of reach from Kellen as well. So would not have turned to anything, but we get a goal kick for Winchester. 6.5 to go.
Josh, here's your first chance to look at Kavi McAuliffe, number 16, younger brother of Rohan McAuliffe.
That was my sense right there. So lots of younger brothers keeping it in the family this season.
Yeah,
Coach
we are family.
Look at this.
They can channel the 79 Pittsburgh Pirates, world champion 79 Pirates. We are family.
We are family. There we go. All right, and nice to see. It looks like the JV team might be showing up in force as well to cheer on their older team.
If we could get somebody to tell us the JV score, we would happily announce that here on the air. Hopefully they had success.
And Winchester right here. We got 6 to go.
And Ryan digs it out.
Well played by Ryan. Good physical play right there from Ryan.
Yep.
So Ryan going up against a senior as well. That was our friend Alkaline right there. And so sophomore going up a senior. Excellent experience for a sophomore to have those physical battles early on. Look at that, Fernando, just like a yo-yo off of his foot.
He faked the guy out so bad the guy got hurt. number 20.
And he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it past the third guy. And right here, good play by Lucas Koopman stepping up, and it gets right to Sam Neal's foot.
I don't know if he meant to do that, but that was spectacular.
I'm going to say he meant to do that.
Let's
We're going to give him credit. What a play, heads-up play by the sophomore from the back, right onto the foot of Sam Neal on the run.
We have a report that the JV team and the Winchester JV team battled to a 2-2 draw, so we can consider this game to be the rubber match if we count the girls' varsity game and the boys' JV game. Not sure how the girls' JV team did, but so far ties across the board for these programs.
All right, so let's go. Here we go. Ponders, big moment. We got about 45 minutes total to play, 5 left in this half. And here's a turnover. Winchester with some numbers. They've got 5 up the field. Arlington, lots of guys back. They got 6, 7 guys back to Winchester, 6 guys. So Arlington doing a good job getting back. Ref pulling the throw-in back about 5-10 yards. And good throw-in right there. Alex Burke gets it out to the middle. Good step right there.
That was, Kavi.
From Kavi. So again, even if it's not a touch on the ball or something, just the pressure that he put on the strike from the Winchester player right there, stepping up, making a big play like that. It's not going to go into the stat sheet, but a play like that with 4 minutes to go in the half, that's a huge play right there.
And I think that if you look at this batch of sophomores, of which 3 of them are currently on the field, that's something that stands out, is that they're not shy physically. So it is definitely fun to watch. Little handball there.
Handball. So yep, ref gets that one unintentional. Right, sort of took a bounce into Dobro's hand. Getting a little scrappy. Ref's doing a good job so far tonight. Making good calls, keeping everybody in line. And Winchester putting it in.
That's going to be Fernando.
Fernando's going to try to save the corner. It looks like a deep throw for Winchester. So Alkaline Dalkaline going to be taking it. Let's see if it's a Koopman-esque. Not quite a Koopman-esque, but it's on target to the player. Gets a strike.
Offsides.
Offside right there. Good call by the ref. Good call.
You can see, Josh, too, the defense closing very nicely. I mean, Winchester's gotten a little bit of love here in the last maybe 5 or 10 minutes, but the defense has been on top of them, making it a little uncomfortable for them.
So 2:40 to go. Shea definitely not rushing this kick, trying to burn a little bit of the clock.
Looking for his target man, Alex. Who goes up and wins it.
And that's up, and looks like Alex Burke plays it out wide. Little pressure from behind. Gets in, but dumps it to Winchester. And Dobro keeps it on his foot over to Koopman, the younger. And there's a turn right here. Marvin Lee with some pressure. Plays it back. So the nice thing, Alex, as we talk about sun, for the second half, Shea and the Ponders will not be looking into the sun. The sun has gone down behind the new facilities. It looks like there's just some gold in the sky, and Winchester will not have the sun effect to be shooting into and against Arlington.
Let's chalk it up to superior tactical awareness by the captains of the Spy Ponders.
And I think 26 years of Yazio's helmsmanship. Of Yazio at the helm, his helmsmanship.
How long has this field been here? Do you know, Josh?
I actually have no idea. I think most of Yazio's career. I don't know if it was always like this, if they changed it, but that's an excellent question to go for our archivist to dig into.
I know we have a staff now.
How long has the Peirce field been in use in Arlington?
We're looking for some analytics, time of possession.
And so based on, we're going to call this Raj's clock. On screen, you can see the time going up. We're going to call this Raj's clock. And we got 1 minute to play. Don't think there's going to be too much stoppage time at all for this one. So should be pretty close to 1 minute. Winchester obviously looking to get a late strike to pull one closer before the end of the half.
Yeah, the only disruptances in the flow of the game were the 2 goals by Arlington.
And we will take that kind of disruption anytime around here. And Shea again, masterfully playing the clock a little bit. Gets it up the field. Fernando with the touch off the foot, brings it off to the
and there's
far
Rohan
side.
with the run. Oh, ref called it.
Ref calls it. And here we go. After a half, we've got Arlington up against their next-door neighbor rivals, Winchester, 2-0 off of a quick heads-up play by senior captain Keegan Maxwell and an excellent strike off a free kick by junior Quincy Cotter. And so, Alex, your takeaways from the first half.
Well, we were talking so much about the off season and the players and all that I didn't actually get to watch the game from much of a tactical perspective. But you know, it is a fun team to watch. Winchester, as I expected, they were met with a little more resistance than they might be used to. Obviously, the 2 goals, one of them coming off kind of a fluke. But then you can say, you know, we had a couple of nice shots on goal as well. So I think 2-0 is a fair scoreline. The sun is not a factor in the second half, but I would look for Winchester to come out strong. Like I said, these guys are too talented. They're too proud. You know, they don't want to go to SFC practice this winter hanging their heads after losing to Arlington.
Well, and something I've never seen, Alex, just happened. I believe it is I'm not sure if it's a parent or a sibling of one of the Winchester players. I think it might be a parent. The Winchester crowd comes together, sings happy birthday, and they're passing cupcakes around. And despite how much I always want Arlington to beat Winchester, it's a fun sight to see something like that happen at an event like this. So happy birthday, whoever that is. I hope the cupcakes, they look delicious. Hope you all enjoy them.
Yes, indeed, happy birthday, Winchester neighbor. You know, we can be friends after this game, but definitely have a happy birthday.
And we will see you in 6 minutes.
So yes, welcome back. We have Winchester parent Pedro here, who it's a special day, and we'd like to honor, you know, his wife and the Winchester faithful by wishing her a happy birthday.
Yeah, just want to wish my wife Mariana happy 25-year birthday.
Exactly. I'm like, 25. Where's he going? Is it an anniversary? Are we talking about here?
It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Mariana.
Obviously, you have a son on the team.
Yeah, he's the second goalie on the Winchester team.
Okay.
So.
What do you make of the first half so far?
It's been an interesting half. You know, they played well, tough games, but so far they're doing good. So looking forward to the second one.
Should be, yeah. And you can listen to yourself and watch this when you get home. It's on ACMi Sports on YouTube.
Great.
So you can maybe this will launch a budding career for you.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for doing this.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Looking forward to the second half.
Yeah, best of luck in the second and all season long.
Appreciate it.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
take care.
All right, and welcome back to the second half, about to get underway. 40 minutes to go on the home opener. Arlington boys versus Winchester, black and red. We've got Arlington up 2-0 at the half. Quick, before we get into it too much, Alex, as the teams huddle up, psych themselves up for the final 40 minutes. Again, another shout out. We learned during half that our instant replay is coming to us from Nicholas, a senior at AHS, who, when pressed about his future plans, said he is not sure, but he's probably going to head off to college. When asked which college, not sure, but he mentioned NYU. So we know Nicholas is going on to great things wherever he ends up. And also, a couple of standout volunteers here on the cameras. Looks like Tom Newton, senior Shay Newton's dad, on the left camera, and senior captain Keegan Maxwell's father, Joe Maxwell, on the right camera, bringing you all the highlights right here. Nicholas turning them into instant replay on the spot. Just an excellent standout crew we've got in the booth tonight, Alex.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, Josh, and I hope to be working with these guys all year. I'm sure they're busy with classes and schoolwork and whatnot, but I'd love to have this level of commitment and expertise in the booth all year long. That would be fantastic.
And Arlington right here takes the opening kick right here in the second half. Looks like we got our starting lineups back on the field. Quincy Cotter dishes wide to Sam Neal. Or no, that's Leon right there.
Yep, same starting lineup. We got the 9 seniors and rounded out with Quincy and Lucas Koopman on the right.
And seems like we got a little bit of a breeze coming. Some of the Winchester girls coming, so there's the Winchester crowd keeps getting a little bit bigger. But we had some of the Arlington football players down on the sideline at half. We saw showing off some of their foot skills as well. And here's a threat early on from Winchester. Dishes back, up and over the net, but an excellent, best sort of possession and setup right there. We got the replay coming right here. The drop right there to number 11 and just over. But I would say that's potentially the best series we've seen from Winchester all night.
Yep, here they come, Josh. We knew this would happen. And I'm just interested to see, actually, in the first game of the year on Tuesday, Arlington went into the half with a 1-0 lead, immediately conceded after playing what, in my analysis was kind of flat for the first 10 minutes in the second half. So let's see how they come out here. Hopefully it's not a repeat of Tuesday's game, because there was a marked difference in the energy level in the second half. Let's hope that they keep the energy level.
Jan plays it back to Koopman, and Koopman couldn't get it past the Winchester defender. So now Winchester coming back, but Dobro was covering, and looks like we're gonna have a goal kick for Arlington.
You will see these outside defenders, whether it's Lucas Koopman or Rohan McAuliffe, you will see them making advanced runs. They did that all throughout the season and in the first game. So that's something that I love to see.
And here's a turnover right here against Arlington, and off. Yep. And Shea coming up big right there. Coming up big after some turnovers and some miscues from Arlington. We got the replay coming up right here. You can see that cross right there off of Burke's foot, and Shea just smothering the ball. No room for the captain right there from Winchester, number 11, the junior captain, Cole Queenan, right there.
Remember that save.
Right there, Shea coming up big. Winchester definitely putting the pressure on in the first 2 minutes of the half. And that's cleared out.
And already, I can see the pattern from the other game rearing its head. So hopefully they are able to turn it around quickly, because so far Winchester's had 2 legitimate chances in only 3 minutes. That's a dangerous recipe.
And I remember from all my years helping out with the Arlington Soccer Club, where most of these boys, I'm sure, grew up playing in, and lots of shout out to Arlington Soccer Club, which does a great job, volunteer coaches for grades, kindergarten through, like all the way through, I think, high school too. you know, the 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer. It's something. There's something about being up 2-0 that makes it not as safe as you would hope.
And while we're at it, quick shout out, Josh, after this, let's see what materializes here.
And Keegan Maxwell, hustle play right there, slowing it down, earning a deep throw. So I'm going to guess we might see one of the Koopmans. Nope, Keegan takes it right here, off to Quincy Cotter. Good touch from Cotter. Back to Maxwell. Maxwell moving in. Great play right there by Marvin Lee. Yeah. And saves it into Dobro. Dobro broken up by some good pressure from Winchester. Alex Burke stepping in again, having a solid game right here. Good pressure from Alex Burke. He's going to get called on that one.
There's a healthy dose of attitude on that one. So Josh, just one time only. Quick shout out.
And we can see right here replay of the foul right there.
The junior boys Arlington Soccer Club team who made it to the MTOC tournament and made it to the finals, winning the semifinal game with 10 players this year. So it would be Ronan Howard and Quincy was on the team, but Alex Marcassini, Henry Wu, Helen Kachoria, and several of the junior players were part of that group. So congratulations to them. Back to the game.
Winchester takes a battle. So again, Winchester, first 5 minutes of the half, lots of new energy from Winchester. Just like you said, Arlington, a little bit playing on their heels. We can see the replay right here. Good strike from just outside the box. It goes wide. Again, another shout out to Alex. I know a lot of the alums, this year's college freshmen, last year's seniors, joined the Arlington the Arlington Ultimate Frisbee team this season.
Oh,
great play
right.
by Sam Neal to dish it off to Rohan, moving it in again to Cotter, right at the middle. Good play by Marvin Lee to break it up. Keegan Maxwell gets it back to Fernando. Over to Leon.
I assume you're referring to the national championship.
The national championship
Ultimate
won
Frisbee
by the
team.
Arlington Ultimate Frisbee team. Cam, who I like to call Cam Neely, but not Cam Neely, but Cam, a senior from last year's team, sort of anchor of that team. So shout out to all the guys and Arlington Ultimate Frisbee making a run at nationals all the way to the title.
Indeed, and Josh, if you young men are listening, good luck out there. I know that you guys are all ready for this, and when you're back, come and see us.
And
We're
right
here.
there, we got a shove. This should be a no call from the ref. A pretty apparent shove in the back from as Koopman the younger made the run up, but we get a no call right here. Goal kick. Arlington getting a little bit of energy back here, putting some pressure on.
Yeah, I think the cross check from Alex Burke might have energized the Arlington team, hopefully. And definitely the physicality of this game is picking up.
And again, this is a good play right there by Burke to get it wide to Koopman.
Smart. Let's stretch him out, draw the guy in, and that expose the middle.
And Sam Neal gets it up. And again, another thing that might have energized the team a little bit. Now we're seeing the runs from Rohan and Lucas on the wings. Again, getting some plays right there. Sam Neal, that's the second ball he set up Rohan for.
Mr. Raj joining us on the broadcast. Anything to say, Raj?
Just a little bit about these two refs. We've seen them over the years. They're probably one of the best refs. Very fair on both teams. Give them the best amount of aggression that is required without letting them go into a battle. Aggressive soccer is okay as long as there's no injuries. These refs are very, very patient and very good.
Yeah, and so far, definitely one of a very, very well called game so far. They're, I think, just like Raj was saying, keep letting the boys play. Hopefully, and again, seems like they're trying to nip the extracurricular stuff. Winchester offside right there, but definitely very slick play.
Slick play from Winchester.
Winchester definitely getting the pressure right here. So the Arlington backs seeing what the 21 goals from Winchester, how those goals came for sure right now.
Yeah, and Josh, I mean, just looking at the field, you know, the Winchester team, they don't seem to have like huge size and huge physicality. Like, just as a general statement, I mean, I could be wrong, but so they're definitely a
And here we
skilled
go, Sam
variety.
Neill off the head of Keegan Maxwell right here. This is a Sam Neill special. Just a bit of a heavy touch right there. Arlington right there, just deflection off of Maxwell's head. Sam Neill almost with the hustle play. Sounds like Sam Neill might be getting chirped by the Winchester girls team as well. Keegan putting some pressure on. See if he can get the turnover. Winchester clears. Koopman, the younger, with a good step. Ball's up. Lay on. Gets it over. Here's Sam Neill pressuring, but
Coolly
There you
handled
go.
by the Winchester keeper. The game is definitely evened out quite a bit in this half. Winchester's had the better of the play. It's going to be an exciting one coming down the stretch here.
And I'm going to say players to watch right here for Winchester. In terms of the threats up top, keep an eye on number 11, the junior captain, and number 9 as well. So number 11, Cole Queenan, and number 9, the senior Sean Kinyaju. Keep an eye on those two who I think are definitely looking to make an impact on this game. And Sam Neill coming up slows it down a little bit.
I'm looking at 10 in the, I don't know his name, but in the midfield, he seems to be pulling some strings for those forward runners.
That would be senior captain Kadar Kamurin. So
yeah,
yep,
he's looking dangerous with the ball in that kind of cam position. So, you know, Nathan Dobro's I think he's been in the whole game playing CDM. That would be his direct matchup. So there's a matchup to watch right there. 6 versus 10.
will also be real interesting. Speaking of playing the whole game, as this second half continues, how both coaches play subs. Didn't see a ton of substitutes for either from Winchester coming in the first half. Maybe only 4 or so, maybe 5.
Good point, Josh.
So see, you know, as the minutes tick, if Winchester's not able to get on the board in the next, you know, let's call it 10, 15 minutes, see how their coach plays the substitutions as well.
They've been controlling this half, though, which means that Arlington's been doing a lot of chasing in this half, meaning, you know, and of course, all of these young athletes are supremely well conditioned. But Arlington has been chasing quite a bit this half, and let's see if that plays a factor. Maybe some subs might be useful for Arlington.
And Alex, just a reminder to folks at home, how many seniors on the Arlington team this year?
17.
Any guesses how many seniors are available tonight for Winchester as well?
I have no idea. But
17.
How about that?
Just counted up their roster. Winchester, and actually, if we and they've got 2 managers, so maybe they could get the 2 senior managers involved as well. So 19 managers, 19 seniors on the Winchester team, but 17 available for the game.
So if you, by any chance, have stumbled onto this broadcast, what we're watching here is the Middlesex League matchup between rival teams, both of whom are very, very heavily laden with senior talent. So we're watching some really good, really entertaining, really important early season matchup in the Middlesex League.
And I believe number 4, Marvin Lee, I think that's his dad. I saw his dad, my older son, played SFC with his older son.
SFC, yeah.
And so real nice to see that family still playing. Really nice family. Really lots of fun to watch his older son play as well in SFC and in Winchester as well. So solid family.
Indeed, yeah. My son Ronan played with Marvin like 6-7 years ago, and then changed clubs, and now he's back with SFC. But yeah, hello, Yun. You're watching. See you after the season's over.
All right, so Winchester setting it up, and their ball is on Marvin Lee's foot, senior captain. And nice ball right there. And couldn't quite get it off the, so there's a turnover right there. So again, keeping an eye on the turnovers. The other thing that with high school sports, Alex, that I always is something that's very important to watch is if a team especially a team that's down, when they start feeling that pressure. So typically in these soccer games, maybe once we get to the 9-minute mark, if the scores remain the same, you start seeing, the team's feeling a little bit like they got to go for a little bit more. So they start doing the long ball, start trying to send the passes, heavy touches. So see how much composure after their 3 big wins early on, 21 goal to 0. See how much composure the Winchester players maintain with the 25 minutes to go here.
Yeah, maybe we'll keep an eye out. I can't tell from this very moment, but I think they're playing back 4. I mean, sometimes when teams are down at a certain point in the second half, they'll go to a back 3. They might become a little more susceptible to a kind of a
nice
breakaway.
touch by Maxwell to get some space, and great, he sees Rohan right there making the run. So again, this is going to be an interesting play for Arlington too. Dobro flicks it off to Rohan as well, but broken up. Number 10 right there. He gets the call. Pulled shirt. So free kick for Arlington. See if our replay is going to pick it up right here. Tough angle. I think we saw it a little bit early on in that replay. Couldn't quite tell. And likewise, though, Alex, for Arlington, see if they continue to play to score goals, or if they try to play here. Great pickup by Shea, dangerous right there. Gets it in the upper corner with 2 Winchester players coming in hard. But if we can see if Arlington plays to win, or if they're going to play to sort of protect the lead. It's, I often you sort of see teams sit back and just try to defend the goal as opposed to go and attack.
Well, here you see some numbers, Josh, and you can see there, and Fernando drawing another foul.
And Arlington has done. I think I like seeing the runs that Rohan's making and stuff. So it does look like Arlington's keeping that aggressive mindset, understanding that a 2-goal lead against a team like Winchester can disappear in a heartbeat.
Well, let's pay attention to number 20 here. Let's see if he goes in. He's a big target. He's a big lad. He's about 6'4", 6'5".
Sending Lucas Koopman, the sophomore, into that line, and right there's Quincy Cotter, goes over everybody.
They didn't give him a chance to get down there. I think he plays forward on his club team. I think his mom was telling me. They've moved him around, but he can play up and down the field. He's a good asset. He's going to be a good player for this high school for a number of years. Already making an impact.
Always good to see Sam Neal hustling back. Winchester with some good movement, and there's Koopman, the elder, stepping up to break up that run. Here's number 10, the senior captain. Broken up, and Cotter gets it wide to Sam Neal, who's got a lot of space. And Sam Neal from outside, Marvin Lee breaks it up. Alex Burke, little shove in the back end. Interesting if we can get a replay on this one. I'm curious if it was sort of a draw or that was Nate Dobro right there who drew the power. Great take by Sam Neal. Looking to maybe accentuate the contact.
I think you have to call it. I mean, there's an arm extension, and the guy did go flying.
No disagreement here on this. And Quincy Cotter gets it, and right here, here's Keegan Maxwell off to the races. Marvin Lee having a great game in the back, slows him down, and that's almost looked like a shot from the Winchester player. Not sure how Keegan got that one off.
Arlington seems to be playing an absorb the pressure and counter-attacking game, Josh, which I have to say I'm, not the hugest fan of at this point in the game. I'd like to see them play the possession game if possible. So let's see how that plays out. They do have a good number of players back at this moment.
And looks like we got a foul coming up off the slide tackle. Another player to watch. Marvin Lee, as we've been talking about his family, playing a solid game in the back. Very busy this game. And so it'll be interesting with 22 minutes to go. I think if he holds up, it's going to be tougher for Arlington to score. He's already broken up 3-4 opportunities for Arlington in the last few minutes.
Yeah, so Sam Neal doesn't seem to have broken quite free quite yet.
and we know Sam Neill does not tire. So if Marvin Lee can maintain his composure back there, maintain the energy, I think it's going to be it's going to give Winchester a lot of opportunity to stay in this game.
Dangerous in-swinging kick. Shea's got a beat on it.
Shea, nice
Beautiful
read.
punch out. Now Arlington storming up the field with numbers if they can retain possession.
And Marvin Lee steps in, gets it, and gets it again, gets it back up the field. Burke playing physically, ref playing possession, gives the free kick, or free kick. Looks like a free kick, yep.
Yeah, just kind of a couple of overly physical plays by the Arlington defense. Dangerous situation here, Josh.
So again, close to the box too. If Arlington gets overly physical in the box, would hate to see it see a penalty for Winchester. But you know, it is, as these matches wind down, definitely the physicality tends to pick up. Nice clearance by Sam Neill to get it out wide and prevent another corner. Solid D. Winchester player breaks through.
Alkaline with a few moves. Tries to beat the entire team.
Looking, ref's not going to call. Ref does call it.
That's just right at that corner right there, Josh.
Ref does
a couple
call it.
feet closer,
Yep,
and that would have been a
exactly.
penalty.
I think in the box, the ref's not going to call that one. Because if we take a look, a good replay right here, sort of looking, I guess, okay, Rohan sort of with an elbow arm across the back, drew it, you know. So it's a fair call by the ref there.
At this point, Josh, I'm going to say Winchester has definitely had the advantage this half. Decidedly so.
This has been Winchester's half for certain, and you have that sense that they're on the doorstep of something here. Wall does his job right there. And Winchester keeping the pressure, They got the throw in. Under the lights. And looks like we got a goal kick right here for Arlington. Goal kick coming
Rodriguez
out. And
in.
we got a sub. Looks like Leon's coming out. And we got looks like that
Ryan again.
And Alex Burke maybe stretching out a little bit.
I haven't had a chance yet, Josh, to witness the defensive depth of Arlington, because the entire 4 players, with one small exception, Wakefield game, played the entire game, that game and this game. So I think that if one of these guys were to,
and there's a mistake right here but it goes back safely to the Winchester keep.
Incidentally, in contact off of the other player. If one of those players were to get fatigued or a muscle injury or God forbid, hurt for a longer period of time, I don't know what's behind it as far as defensive depth.
And that is sort of the strategy kind of across a lot of these teams, that you'll see the back line stay in for most of these teams for the entire game. Number 10, you said keep an eye on him. Centers the ball, and the young Koopman clears it, and it's Marvin Lee versus Keegan Maxwell. Lee clears it, but we got a corner coming up. So right there, here's a potential error. Arlington, see how they play this. If they send how many guys they send up. See the manager Will Graybold jumping with excitement up there. He can feel something.
Send in the trees. Here come the trees. And
send in both the Koopmans.
Yeah, the deuce coop, if you will. The little deuce coop. If Arlington were to manage to come away with an opportunity or a goal, that would be strictly against the run of play, but definitely welcome.
And
great kick.
Up, off. Koopman gets it, settles it. It's on the ground. It's a melee, and the Winchester keep. It's no sun in his face. Smartly gets his body on there. Quick transition, but Arlington's got 4 guys back, and that's going to go straight to Shea.
That's what you want to see in the corner, Josh. You want to see it. You want to see it getting into the blender, and then, maybe it falls to the right guy. Speaking of falling to the right guy, let's see what Ryan has here on the side. He usually will take the
Good
guy.
cross, but broken up, but not out. Keegan out wide to Sam Neill. Sam Neill fighting, can't quite get it. And again, really good. I think an encouraging sign for Arlington off that corner, Alex. Even though they didn't get a sort of great shot, great contact on goal, the guys who covered back. 4 guys. Winchester Keep did a great job getting that ball out, and Arlington had numbers back before Winchester could even mount an attack.
Right.
Fernando coming in from behind, clearing that opportunity, and Sam Neal versus Marvin Lee again. Here's the matchup, and Marvin Lee gets it again and again. And right here, Sam Neal taken out by number 5. The ref had his back turned, did not see that.
That was an off-the-ball foul.
That was a potential card right there if the ref had seen that. And we got the ref sees the offsides on this one. You know we're going to have some fired up Arlington fans.
We got a couple prone Winchester players here, Josh. Maybe the game is.
I think the game is wearing. We've had no other than Ryan Rodriguez. We've had no subs this half, correct?
Yeah. Do we have? We don't have any rules experts in the booth here, but that off-the-ball play was.
We can see the offsides right there. I'm not sure if Nicholas in the booth. I'm not sure if the cameras even caught it. But the off-the-play hard foul off Sam Neal. But yeah, definitely that was a potential opportunity for Arlington. Not sure here if this is a way to, given the number of guys who are cramping.
Yeah, a lot of guys stretching.
It's, looks like we do have a replay right here coming up. I saw it right there. Okay, here it comes. So I think coming up right here. So let's see. We got Sam Neal, Marvin Lee again. Great job. Breaks up 2 players and then off.
Yeah.
Off the ball foul right there, but the ref I think the ref actually did not expect the Winchester player to get that. He was headed down towards the Winchester goal.
And this isn't hockey, but in hockey that's interference in 2 minutes in the penalty box. And of course there's no VAR and they're not consulting us. But anyway, Arlington escapes that situation and we're back at it. I didn't see any Winchester. I saw 3 Winchester players.
So I did see there. You do need if you go down, I do believe the rule is you have to be subbed down for. They should have just subbed. I did see a couple guys who were up there. I see the trainer Sam, Arlington trainer Sam talking to at least one guy. I see one guy sitting down, stretching out on the sideline as well. She looks like he's got a little roller, passing that around to try to work out all the knots and everything from. Looks like calves are going on these guys.
Yeah, and I don't see any reason why Winchester would be employing any gamesmanship or stalling techniques at this point in the game
with their momentum.
Their momentum, and given the amount of time left in the game, also, and certainly the momentum.
So 15 to go. Speaking of time left in the game, Arlington. I think both of our assessments kind of like holding on in this second half, which has been Winchester's half for sure. So far. A call going to Arlington. Looks like a throw-in for Arlington. I'm going to guess our friend Nicholas has got this right here.
Number 5 was not happy.
And it looks like there was a touch from number 12 right there.
Number 5 slams the ball.
I think number 12 did get a touch right there before the ball crossed the line.
Bit of a misboot right there. Let's see if Winchester's able to take advantage.
Arlington sort of swarms the ball. Alex Burke sends it back up to mid. We have another Winchester player down, cramping, it looks like.
Josh, I can get used to this replay. I don't know about you.
I think we're getting spoiled. We're getting spoiled here. Nice to see number 14 get up. So Alex Burke clears it, and he was. Yeah, you can see he was down already. I think he's sort of limping off. Sort of saw him limping off. I think definitely a cramp kind of situation.
Needs to recharge the battery.
Winchester should maybe the Element LMNT. They should look at a sponsorship from LMNT, which has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. It's incredibly
Josh, you are
salty.
a natural pitch man.
It's incredibly salty. Actually, would not recommend young players taking that much salt during a game.
Let's keep an eye on number 1 there, Kellen Kachoria, junior, very, very skilled player, smart player. As you can see, not the biggest guy, but like a very, always been strong defensively. I know.
And Ryan Rodriguez moving in, taking a left-footed strike, almost beat his player there and just got a little deflection.
But Kellen did come into the game against Wakefield for the last bit, and he kind of provided that extra, that those fresh legs and that extra push over the cliff that helped the Spy Ponders see that game out.
And I think one of the things that I like to see from Yazio is that he is going with the subs, right? Letting these younger guys come in as well, and just the guys who haven't been in the game quite as much. We aren't seeing a ton. I feel like last year we might have seen more faces throughout these games, but again, a game like Winchester, like Keegan was saying pre-game, your rival, sort of a statement game. You're looking to be playing your top players longer than they might typically. Yep. But everyone's sort of doing their role right here.
Here's Kellen with the touch.
And look at that, good, bringing it back across, looking for Sam Neal or for Keegan.
He's a real fun player to watch, Josh. Keep your eye on him.
Keegan brings it back to Quincy.
I'm sensing a bit of a formation change for Arlington too. Maybe
with Keegan playing a little, maybe looking to go wide, and Rohan bring it in right here. Here's your guy right here, Alex. Brings it up, takes a strike across. Oh, good play by the Winchester defender just to change direction on that ball. And Winchester on the counter, broken up. It looks like Fernando broke it up by Arlington, a little bit of time. Rohan can't handle it, gets by him.
There's Kellen with the helper.
Rohan gets back to it, and Quincy brings it back, and now making a run. And Kellen making the run up the line. Quincy just settling. Nice little play by Rohan, looking for and ref playing advantage. Keegan looks, he saw Kellen out wide. Didn't quite go to him, and we have another Winchester player down, looks like with another cramp. Statement to two Winchester players down with cramps. Looks like a statement to Coach Yazio, his conditioning, preseason conditioning. It has been a hot summer, so definitely, I don't know how much the boys do off season. I know I struggled a little bit, a couple times with the heat, but definitely wonder what they served for lunch today at Winchester High School.
I know what I served at home. Well, when my boy was doing the conditioning camp for 4 days in 95-degree heat on this turf.
Yep.
Lots of chicken and lots of rice.
And
Purdue was thanking me that week. So it looks like Sam Neal has come back in for Kellen, so maybe just a quick breather for Sam.
And right there, immediately picks up a turnover from Winchester. And right there, gets a deep throw. I wonder if we'll have one of the Koopman brothers come up and take this. Looks like Nolan's calling for it. So right here, we're going to have a Koopman throw. Arlington taking their time. They're looking for a ball.
I want to call out, I don't see maybe it's number 5. Is that a 5 right there? Ben D'Antoni.
Yes, yeah. I believe that is number 5.
So I'm impressed with his play. He plays with a lot of passion.
I mean, across the board, both teams, I feel like this has been a real solid game from everybody. And again, there's that sort of dangerous throw right to the keep. So Alex, here's a rules question for you. Good step by the younger Koopman to break up the counter. If Nolan had chucked that ball, I think we discussed this last year, if he had chucked that ball directly into the net, that is not a goal, correct?
I believe, based upon my history as a referee, which I was a referee when I was 13 years old.
All right, so just 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, just in the real recent past. I believe a throw-in is treated like an indirect kick.
Sam Neal doing a good job managing the clock here, getting around a couple players, earning Winchester a goal kick. So good call by the refs, but good effort by Sam Neal. Winchester calling a timeout. So 10 to go, 10:05 to go. Winchester players cramping up. Good. Right here, we got the replay. You could see the end of Sam Neal's effort. Probably took a solid 20 seconds off the clock right there. So see what do you imagine Yazio is telling the guys right here?
If it was me, I would be reinforcing whatever the tactics that were spoken about at halftime. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I'm not the coach. It looks like they have sat back a little bit, whether that's by design or by Winchester coming out with a little extra desperation in their step. but he would probably reinforce what he said, go over, the basic, this is the formation, this is the plan, this is what we're doing, and, and I don't know, is he much of a win-win for the Gipper kind of coach? I'm not sure, but give them a little bit of something to kind of give them that extra little juice they need, that little extra boost of confidence in themselves and in the system that they need to withstand what's likely to be a pretty decent barrage. And we're almost at your 9-minute mark here, Josh. So
yep.
We'll see.
We'll see. Does not seem, so far Winchester seems to be playing composed. But I will also add, I believe we had Arlington's 2 goals came in the first 10 minutes of the match. And so we've got 10:05 on the clock. So it will be an interesting thing. So we know 2 goals can come quick in soccer. We know Winchester is not a team that is going to go quiet. They've scored 21 goals in their last 3 games.
And to do that, it doesn't matter who you play. You need to be able to finish.
You have firepower. And so, again, just like we said at the top, it's going to be an excellent test for Arlington's back 4.
And look at all the Winchester players up in advanced roles.
Winchester now with 3 sort of, looks like they're playing a loose 2 in the back, and definitely moving everybody else up.
And I have to say, this is anecdotal, Josh. It's subjective, but the Winchester team there have been a lot of guys going down with stretching and cramps. And
absolutely.
So that could mean like either they're back on the field and maybe not at their optimal, percentage, or maybe they have some fresh legs in that maybe do not, that aren't starters for the team.
And Ryan Rodriguez, speaking of fresh legs, look at that. The sophomore taking that ball and moving up the field with some excellent speed right there. Really nice to see. Very well played by Ryan right there.
He's a tough guy. He's also one of those players that I think the opposing team tends to not like after a little while. I don't blame them.
And just given the speed that he showed right there, and right here, just the hustle. He was around both Winchester defenders right there. The throw-in goes a little bit long, so Winchester goal kick right here. But you can see, and right here, just the way look at the way he's moving back as well. Just quickly moving back, looking smooth. Winchester moving that ball up, keeps it on the ground, broken up by Dobro, who sends it out into the far stands.
I think I'm seeing something like a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-4-2 maybe. I mean, those numbers are all, they're all fluid, but you definitely see Keegan as the target up top, and then a line of players, then Nathan Dobro, and then another line of players.
And no call from the playing advantage, and looks like Arlington's got it. So Quincy Cotter
if Rohan makes a run here.
Time. Yeah, looks like the overlap.
So maybe
Sam Neal broken up. So that ball right there behind. So this number 21. So looks like a accidental, not like intentional, but hard foul on the shin. So 21 for Winchester, and looks like a new player who we have not seen. So number 21, Lachlan Archer, a sophomore. Or sorry, a junior. 8 minutes to go.
Marvin's always had a good boot.
So placed. Far, if I have a vote for Winchester man of the match, it's going to Marvin Lee. So far, we still have 7:45.
Miles to go before we sleep, Josh.
These are often the longest 7 minutes of any Arlington soccer game, and right there, Nolan Koopman battling, sends it up right here. Looks like we're gonna have gets it past half. So Winchester with a throw in their half, back to the keep, who's well out of the box. Keegan putting some light pressure on, not letting him, and right here gets a turnover right there. But Marvin Lee makes up for it.
He almost jinxed him.
And Rohan right there, making a move. Ball's up in the air. Keegan gets up above everybody. Sam Neal fighting for it. Keegan off to Sam. Here's the battle right here. The battle to keep an eye on all night. Marvin Lee versus Sam Neal. And Marvin Lee wins that one. Quincy, good patience. Push it. See, and right there,
Draws the
ref's
foul.
not going to let that one go. You can see the elbow get off across the back on
Smart
that
play
one.
by Quincy. I mean, you know,
And fair play by the fair
Yeah.
call by the ref right here. We have it on the replay. You can see right there that elbow gets up, goes down.
yeah, he walked into the contact and fell down with the appropriate flourish. It was certainly a foul and definitely a smart play by Quincy. And now
Koopman sends it across, all the way across the field to Rodriguez, and it looks like we've got an Arlington throw deep in Winchester's end.
Kellen coming back in for Sam. I think Kellen I might give him the nickname the closer.
All right.
Comes in at the end of the game and shuts it down. He's I keep saying he's just he's a good guy to have on the field.
And it looks like a little wrestling, and it looks like Fernando again picks up the foul. So free kick for Arlington. Dangerous position here. This is not far off from where Quincy managed to put one in over the keeper in the sun in the first
Yeah,
half. He's
they
about
got-
18 yards out, but far side.
And the trees are all planted back in the defense. So
Quincy sends it up over the wall, off the Winchester head, and here we go. Here's the closer
the closer takes it to the corner and
with a shove.
Draws a foul.
Interesting, right?
draws a foul.
Yep, he gets the push in the back right here.
That's exactly what he does.
Yep. Right here.
Yep.
And so again, looks like he might be a little shaken up. Hopefully he didn't land onto the track at all, but he's jogging into the melee here.
Also in ASC lore, Kellen has come up with quite a few gigantic goals in his time.
And if you're looking at the big scoreboard on the screen, it's stuck at the 5, but we are just over 5 minutes to go. We are at 4 minutes 50 seconds remaining according to the clock. Another shove in the back.
And another foul. The ref
they're
called
giving
okay.
it the PK, or not the goal kick. No PK yet. And Winchester now on the counter. They got the deflection there.
This always gives. I know that we have the clock on the TV right now, but this always has the feel of stoppage time. Whenever the clock is at 5 minutes, you feel like
And
you're watching.
it always feels a lot longer than 5 minutes.
Indeed.
Good battle right there from the younger Koopman. And he gets the throw in for Arlington. Koopman probably going to take it, and I won't be surprised to see this ball go past
Let's mark it.
midfield.
It goes from the 35
To the
36.
36.
Yeah, so whatever that is. I mean, I'm not that smart, but I think that's
That is
25 or 30 yards.
30, at least. We'll give him 30 yards. Looks like we got, looks like maybe a foul.
Yeah, little
hands.
little handsy on Ryan there.
So 3 minutes 45 seconds to go on Raj's clock. We'll see how the refs call it. That ball sneaks by. Keegan Maxwell smartly settles it to Quincy Cotter. Closer moving out wide. Let's see what Quincy does with it. Moves to the middle.
He's got a guy wide.
Dishes to Keegan.
Beautifully
who
done.
Passes it off to Ryan. Takes it back to the middle.
Everything was great there. The quality on the final cross was not there, unfortunately.
Almost would have liked to see Ryan take a shot on that one as well. Not sure what it looked like from his perspective.
Or take his man on, or take it to the corner.
And right here, great ball right there to Kellen right there. Nice way to take his man one-on-one. Moves in, drops off to Rohan. Rohan takes his man. Oh, not. Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I thought the part of the ball might have still been in.
And we have another Winchester player.
Another cramp right here. Is this looks like Marvin Lee might be cramping a little bit.
And does he have to come off?
I think if so ref is signaling you got to sub your player. So this for Arlington with 3 minutes to go. This is potentially Marvin Lee stepping out of the game.
And on steps, I believe is that Sam Neal? Or that's Leon. On steps, Leon.
Leon on the far side. Kellen stays in close, but Marvin Lee out of the game. 3 minutes to go. This is potentially a big opportunity for Arlington.
Nice play by Lucas.
And look at that, right? Good ball up to Fernando. Fernando plays it out wide to Leon. Leon using the fresh legs, being chased down. Good play by Leon, puts the brakes on, dishes it to Quincy. Great turn by Quincy, who's flipped, and no call. Rohan gets it. Koopman steps up.
Winchester getting desperate.
And this is, so right here, Quincy offside. See how this plays after being clipped in the back. But again, the desperation with 2 minutes 15 to go.
No need for a replay, but I will watch that one again.
And saves that one. Koopman sends it up high and out. So Winchester plays it back. Good pressure by Kellen. Quincy Cotter
Very
playing
coolly
a great these last 10 minutes. I say Quincy's been directing the play, really stepping up for the Ponders. And here's Leon. Look at this, battling right here. Goes down. Interesting how this is going to play out. Looks like they get Leon for coming in from behind, clipping. Yeah. Looks like it was just two guys running hard. And we got the replay right here.
Looked like a hack to me, Josh. Yeah, that was hacked in the act. That's what they say. You know, smart tactical play, to be sure. Boy, Lucas is standing tall today.
And right there, Fernando, Quincy.
And credit to this defense, which has played the entire game and up to this point.
And again, testament to the fitness level on the Arlington boys right here. We've seen a lot of Winchester players go down. Arlington playing solid, playing fit, looking very strong here with 1 minute to go on Raj's clock. See how the refs play it. We might have a little bit of added time with this one. We have a deep throw for Winchester in their end.
Kellen's going to get carded here, I think. Yep. Much to the delight of the Winchester women's team.
So sophomore getting fired. Kellen's a sophomore, is that?
He is. No, he's a junior.
He's a junior. Okay.
I think he's going to be. And what do I see coming onto the field?
Is this someone you might know?
It is. It is junior Ronan Howard coming on.
Ronan Howard coming in.
Closer in training.
With in one of the most critical moments. Easily, I would say the most critical 40 seconds of Arlington's season so far. Junior Ronan Howard stepping in. See if he can get a touch on. Keegan Maxwell gets it to the middle, sends it wide, a little too wide for Leon, who's chasing it down, but that's going to sail. So Winchester, if they're going to do something, they got to do it very quick. They've got to get this opportunity. Lucas Koopman, great ball, keeps it in play.
Looks like we've got about 20 seconds left, Josh.
Ball's up. Oh, little push in the back. Dobro can't get it. Almost could have potentially been a handball right there. Ronan gets down.
That's Rohan.
Keeps it. Rohan.
And then Ronan with a nice pass over to Quincy. You can't handle it.
Rohan
yes.
Getting a little excited, yelling back towards the Winchester player. Looks like there's no love lost there. Alex Burke. Shea diving off to his left.
Close it.
Closes that right there. And right there, Shea, last second, keeps the clean sheet. Arlington with a major win early in the season against crosstown rival Winchester. 2-0 off two early goals from Keegan Maxwell off the hustle and Quincy Cotter. Shea Newton coming up big at the end. Solid team effort. Winchester dominated most of the second half. Arlington, the last 10 minutes, steps in and sort of controls a lot of the play. Alex, you got to be feeling good with that.
I feel great, and I would say for the man of the match, I would have to give it to the goalkeeper for the clean sheet. That's my vote.
I think you can make a strong case for that. I'm going to say man of the match for me is going to go replays right here on the goal. We got Keegan Maxwell's solid effort, and then here's Quincy Cotter's free kick right here into the sun. Winchester keeper had no chance in the sun. Quincy Cotter, I say, is going to get my man of the match.
Hard to argue.
Not for the goal, but for the way he controlled the ball those last 10 minutes and sort of set the tone as Arlington was being pressed. I feel like he did a great job stepping up, setting the tone for Arlington in those last 10 minutes as they closed out this match.
Great shout, Josh. Hard to argue with that. So, great start to the season. The Spy Ponders have, after a season in which they lost 3 games, they have avenged 2 of those 3 losses 2 games into the season.
And always fun to play a rival like Winchester. And Alex, it's even better to beat a team like Winchester that you know is a strong team. Looking forward to the next match. A shout out for everyone from ACMi, producer Raj, going down the list. Yasmina, our new youth coordinator from ACMi. Cooper, the sound engineer. Nate, running the cameras. Nicholas, the masterful replay. And of course, the fathers on the cameras, Tom and Joe. Alex, excellent to be back in the booth with you this season.
Great to be here, Josh. Looking forward to the season.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Next home game is next Monday.
For the boys, go Ponders.
Signing off.